Welcome to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast.
If you like a lot of wrestling on YouTube, Conrad Thompson is my dad.
What?
Sorry?
What?
Conrad Thompson?
Conrad Thompson.
The owner, ruler,
Wouldn't know.
chief CEO.
Wouldn't know about
What else
it.
they do in
Not
wrestling?
invited.
Not
so-
invited, no.
Vice president of director talent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Starcast, is it?
Oh, this thing. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, good, right.
Who
Fun.
sent you that? Did you get that printed yourself, or they sent you?
Yeah, the library just let me print off at work. No, they send it to me.
Okay, well, congratulations. I don't think you've got enough praise for being invited to Starcast.
No,
when-
I don't. This is blatantly a plug. My panel is going to be like an abandoned bag on a train. Everyone knows it's happening, but no one's going to go next to it.
No, I reckon
And it
people will, you
stinks.
know. I reckon
And it
people,
stinks.
I reckon people will. You'll have people turning up.
Yeah, of course you will.
Yeah, people will turn up. If they stay is another thing.
No, I reckon.
Because
I'll do
who's
like
on
the-
your panel? Come on, you give you
Oh,
a
yeah,
minute.
sure. Ron Funches,
Yes.
who is a
Comedian.
small
Very funny
name
man.
comedian who's been on, a Conan O'Brien.
He's a big wrestling fan, isn't he?
He
Well, of
is, yeah.
course.
He did a tour with X-Pac.
He did drunken commentary for Joey Janela's Spring Break. I
He
think.
did, yeah.
Yeah.
And he was just like, yay,
Yeah,
the
he was
entire
loving it,
time.
yeah.
Yeah. Casio Kid, who I don't. What are you looking at?
Yeah, I don't know, but you...
I was actually checking the cameras because I'm
Oh, right.
constantly
I
paranoid
thought
that
you
they've
were like-
stopped
I
recording.
thought you were
but no,
really
we're good.
interested in-
No, I'm
Oh.
fascinated as well. Yeah.
Oh, and speaking of Joey Janela, I haven't heard it yet, but I saw on Twitter he was on Steve Austin's Broken Skull chat.
Oh,
that's
really?
a TV show, the podcast he does.
Yeah.
And apparently Austin saw the GCW Tournament of Survival, the deathmatch tournament they did.
Is Austin a big smark? You love it.
I love the idea of like, yeah. Oh yeah, I love the references. I love Schlack.
Who else is on the panel? Come on.
Casio Kid, another comedian.
Great.
Who I admit I don't know that his work too much, but it's got Casio in the name, so
Nice.
must like keyboards, I assume.
Fantastic.
And Tony Schiavone.
Tony Schiavone. Is this going to be the first time you've worked with Big Tone?
Big Tone.
Oh, I mean, Tony Schiavone, who used to do territories in the 70s.
Is this going to be the greatest night in the history of our sport?
And where can
That'll
people
be the
get
first
tickets? Come on,
line.
let's wrap this nonsense up. Where can people
Oh,
get
sorry.
tickets that we're not going to?
Starcast.com.
There you go.
Lovely.
You can go.
I can get as a paying guest
Yes.
and I have to go to Chicago.
Yes.
Sweet. What's happened in the news, Maffew? You bastard?
After that, no, I'm hyping it up to disguise the fact that I have no clue what's going to happen at the thing, but you should come. And in the news, there's a little matter of what's his name, Hogan.
Oh, Terry Hogan.
Terry Hogan.
Terry
Not
back.
Paul Hogan.
Terry
No,
Bunker.
not Paul Hogan.
Horace
Crocodile
Hogan.
Dundee. Not Horace Hogan.
Oh,
Dizzy Hogan. That was one of Beefcake's old gimmicks.
Oh,
I
that's
think.
right.
I didn't
yeah.
know that. He had
played his
about a
brother.
billion, didn't he?
OSW do a great rundown of all of his gimmicks, and here he is, Dizzy Hogan. that was Beefcake, not Hulk Hogan. But yeah, he's
Back in the Hall of Fame.
and it's been a controversial time because, I mean, from the sounds of it, both the New Day and Titus O'Neil released very well worded statements in response to it. And the general consensus seems to be, not just from their own words, but from all the superstars who've jumped on in support of them, that his apology was not up to snuff. He apologised because he didn't know he was being recorded when he made the racist remarks,
Yes.
not for the racist remarks themselves.
Yeah, it's just apologising for something completely different.
I'm sorry you caught me, brother.
Yeah, essentially.
I'm all for him being back in the Hall of Fame for sure, but I don't really want to see him on TV again. I'm not sure that he has that much of a place, and I know he's going to be a tremendous get with the new SmackDown deal. Like, they'll want to put him front and center. I can see him being SmackDown GM to draw a lot of eyes onto that. No, genuinely. I mean, what else do you do with him? He could wrestle again, I guess.
Oh,
but
no,
who
oh,
cares?
yeah. Oh, if those are the two choices, yeah, I'll make him SmackDown GM, I guess.
I read some transcripts the other day of a phone call that he had with his son, who was in prison at the time. And genuinely, and this is one of my childhood heroes that I'm talking about, and I'm not going to go overboard.
Nick Hogan?
He was disgusting. The things that he was saying were disgusting. Obviously, he was disgusting in his racist remarks, and if he doesn't feel genuinely sorry for those remarks, then, I don't know, screw him. And that's...
Oh, I thought you were referring to the one where his son was in prison and he says, you have to man up, brother.
No, he said he was trying to get, this is going to be great for a reality TV show.
Yeah.
That's what came to
Oh,
mind.
right,
you know.
new stuff. Oh, right. Well, I look like a dick for laughing at that.
No, he's
bad.
dreadful.
And the superstars who've jumped on in support are like, not just like you've got Lance Storm and the Hurricane, like former superstars, but you've also got like Rollins, Sasha Banks, like current like big name talent who are supporting Titus in the New Day. So fair enough.
Yeah.
Sounds-
Swan Titan's New Day. Oh, nice. Right.
How do you feel about it? We've not discussed it. Are you happy to see him back?
I couldn't care less, to be honest with you. I mean,
Yeah, that's the same.
Hogan the wrestler obviously is one of the most important figures in the history of wrestling. We would not be sat down here talking about wrestling if it was him. I fully acknowledge that.
Yep.
It's just, we've had his impact. Do we still need him? Given now there's a lot of people who just think of him as old man racist granddad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, we're three incredibly white individuals.
Speak for yourself.
As-
Sure. Carry on.
And I realised there's
I
a
was
tweet.
waiting to see if you'd do it.
Oh, sorry. I mean, two poor white guys and one rich white guy.
No, I'm not having this again. Last week, he accused me of being middle class, which is just not what I am.
No, you're not.
Upper middle class. Sorry.
But
Thank you, boy. You're
no,
aware
you're
of
not
mine.
middle class.
No.
You're like me. You're a lad of the soil. But
Working class heroes, how I put it last
Yeah.
week, and I
Was
stick
it?
by that. Yeah.
It was just as funny
but
today as it was last week.
you do sound, and you are the most outwardly middle class of all three of us.
Okay, sure. Yeah, and I'll take that. But no,
Yeah.
I'm not happy. A Hall of Fame is not a wrestling Hall of Fame without Hulk Hogan in it. I'm all for him being back in the Hall of Fame. But yeah, I don't really want to see him back on TV. And if he's not actually sincere about his apology, then he's a dick too. And there you go.
Yeah. And WWE's in an awkward place because it's one of the biggest guys that they make money off. So it's like, okay, we'll punish him for 3 years that he can't be mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
We'll certainly have these TMZ articles every few weeks, like slightly pushed. Come on. Life would be a lot easier for us if everyone forgave Hogan.
Oh, for sure.
But I feel even worse for, basically the black wrestlers for WWE, who all eyes are on them.
Yeah.
So they can either think what they may or may not be thinking, which is possibly, certainly a small part of them's going to be thinking, screw this.
Yeah.
But the other half of them's thinking, think of the money, think of the money, think
I know,
of the
it's
money.
a terrible position to be in.
Yeah. So you're damned if you do, damned if you
I know.
don't.
There's rumours that, well, it was Ryan Satin theorising on Twitter that if Lashley wins the big belt at SummerSlam, Hogan's going to come out and like award it to him and stuff. And
Pathetic, isn't it?
Yeah,
but the thing
that's what I
the thing
mean.
is-
I like Hogan.
Tokenistic, awful.
Well, it's not. I mean, it's not real.
Oh, yeah,
But if
sure.
it did happen, then, and the really bad part is that before it all kicked off with Titus' statement and stuff, I could genuinely see it happening as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it would have worked. Like, I don't have a problem with Hulk Hogan coming down and congratulating the new champion. Like with Cena, a sort of a guy who took over from Hogan. He's in that sort of position. If that had happened a few years ago, maybe when Cena first won the big belt and Hogan raised his hand, that's a passing of the torch. With Lashley, it's a tokenistic gesture.
Yeah.
It's awful. It's probably not going to happen now, but like...
Yeah. It's you're not looking and going, oh, Hogan's passing the torch. Like, Hogan wants some in their sponsorships back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Endorsement?
Essentially.
Whatever would you say?
So that's
ruined
the.
that, sorry.
I mean, that's the big news.
Master Sato
Yes,
passed away.
sadly passed away,
yeah.
yeah.
So I'm pretty unfamiliar with his work.
I know more about him than his work, because a lot of his stuff came in the 70s when he was teaming with Mr. Fuji. And sadly, it wasn't caught on film, as it would have been done nowadays. But him and Ken Patera throwing a boulder through McDonald's window.
Oh, really?
Wanted food.
Together, like hoisting a pole.
Again, it's always described as a boulder. The size of the rock is ever described of, like...
I'm picturing like Hulk Hogan's. Hulk Hogan's? No, I'm picturing Homer Simpson's boulder. You know when he drags it down? That's what I'm thinking is this huge meteorite-looking thing. No?
Chuck Rock right through the window.
Right, Chuck Rock.
Yeah. So they jump
That's an
in.
obscure video game reference. And that's a game that I've not thought about.
Yeah.
I'd normally hit the buzzer for that one, but I haven't thought about a
Unlift
Chuck Rock
the
in
hand,
20
yes.
years. Brilliant game.
Yeah. Master Sato threw a rock, and then Campbell went Unga Bunga.
I'm sorry. I'm so lost. I'm gonna.
Oh,
No,
sorry. The video game
I
is
on the
older than
Amiga, I
you.
think.
So,
Yeah. What else is in the news?
The G1 started. There's been some good matches already. Okada's just having a Randy Marsh breakdown because he's lost the belt, which is great because it makes the belt seem really important. He's come out, he's like got balloons, he looks a bit drunk sometimes, he's dyed his hair red, he's almost going through like a quarter-life crisis.
Right.
He's been losing. He can't get his mojo back, not that one. And it's been interesting, certainly. And then Omega and Naito last weekend had a match that Meltzer described as one of the best in G1 history.
Wow.
Really good G1 match there. Omega won and just is looking really strong.
Who have you got to win at Omega?
Ibushi.
Oh, right, okay. Maffew?
Yeah.
I haven't been watching any of it. It's been tough enough following all the other wrestling without watching G1, and it's how many days? 19?
8. Yeah, 19, I think, including the final, I think.
Yes. No, I'm tapping out at that. God, but I hope you have a lovely time.
Thank you. Also, Liam Slater's back in North.
Yeah. Slater. Liam Lazarus.
What a moment.
I wasn't there. I missed it.
It's great.
Well, I mean, you will be able to watch it along with everybody else on the pivot chair. Give us your money. But essentially, some gammon-faced man appeared, looking like Bass Ban. Hey, hang on, who's that?
But a foot shorter.
Yeah, foot shorter, It's like, Bass Ban's looking good. And ripped his shirt off, and it was like, it's me. And was just, like, huge. Not biggest crowd yet.
I think
What a show.
I think it's time. For those who are unfamiliar, North are kind of like the Progress of the Northeast. They're a little niche.
Bit Progress,
cult.
bit ICW.
Yeah, they're growing. Yeah. They're just a standard sort of fun indie promotion with some serious storylines in, and they're going from strength to strength.
Yeah,
love them.
Great night out if you're in the Northeast. I'd recommend
Fun
you
atmosphere.
check it out.
Usually on a Saturday, and everyone goes out afterwards. It's right next to Wetherspoons. It's brilliant. And I desperately want to get booked for his title match. I want to manage him so badly.
Oh, yeah,
so
you
Andrew,
can.
if you're
I forgot about
watching,
that.
please book me for that. I will manage him. Not you.
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, you can both.
I said he's
Don't
cheap.
try to swoop it.
No.
Get both of us. Brilliant.
Swooping on someone else's photo op. Wouldn't do that.
Oh, that'd be mint.
And by the way, Ross isn't here. He's away with his new friend Penny. Just having a way.
Have you seen this video? It's been touted as the best video we've ever done.
I think it is. I really think it is.
Yeah, so what happened?
So the punishment for this month's
Extreme
WWE
Rules.
pay-per-view Extreme Rules was to phone a sex line, and the loser has to say essentially whatever the winner wants. So I won this one, which is a rarity, and I wrote a load of cue cards, so Ross had to perform exactly. If you haven't seen it yet, I genuinely think it's one of the funniest videos we've ever done, so please go and watch that.
Should point out the joke is fully on Ross, not on the
No,
unfortunate
absolutely.
woman on the other end.
Absolutely. Poor old Penny.
There's a
But-
lot of wrestling puns.
Yeah, it's really good. And when I'm not saying that so we make loads of money, because it's being demonetized
As we speak.
because of its content. But it's a fun video.
Nice.
Check that out.
He did tremendously well, bless him.
Yeah, bless
I'm not
him.
surprised he's needed a few days off.
He did a few days off after going to sex line. Are there still sex lines?
Well, that's
Yeah,
the
right.
thing. Well, the thing is, I reckon she was fully aware within seconds that it was a joke, because they probably get like not serious calls all the time now.
Yeah.
In this day and age,
Incredibly old people.
oh, incredibly old people. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the line when it sort of probably
she-
hit her.
yeah.
So like, I think she was fine with the big dog, and she was like, the line was,
I'm gonna
"My
drop
name's
the
Ross,
belt."
but you can call me the big dog." And she was like, "Oh, so you got a big cock, have you?" And it's like, "Yep."
I certainly do, Penny. Yes.
And then he said, "Just a second, Penny, I'm just going to drop the belt." And then he said something else, and it was the third line, whatever that was, that she was like, oh, all right, here we go. At least I'm being paid for it. You
Yeah,
know, she
fair play
made
to
her
her.
money.
So when he went, hello, lady.
Oh, it is.
No, to
No.
get that in. My favourite that I scripted was, Penny, what's your favourite position? And she
Ooh,
went,
doggy.
oh, I like doggy style. What's yours? And Ross went, mine's gorilla position.
She went, what's that? And he went, that's up to your own interpretation, Penny.
Fantastic.
So that's big news as well this week.
Yeah, our channel's getting taken down, so I don't know if this video will go live.
Going a blaze of glory. I like it.
People have been pointing out that I haven't done my punishment yet, but don't worry, I will be soon.
No, he was Penny.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Also, other news, not news in the wrestling sense, but something that I need to share because this podcast is.
If this
Why-
is
we
about
don't talk about
Starcast,
this.
you're
it's not
sacked.
about. No. It's about. You know about the boat that's submerged down south. That's about a mile and a half away from the borders of the UK.
The coastline.
Yeah, they just Richard. I forgot about it. Richard Montgomery. I
Okay.
think it's called. Richard Montgomery. Because it's there and it's not moving. Because basically, if we try and move it, it might blow up. So it's going to see what happens, basically. Because there's no good option here. Because it's technically a landmark. It's on Google as a location, and people have been submitting Google reviews.
That's good news.
Some
I like
people have
that.
been doing reviews of, again, the submerged boat filled with explosives,
What
which
are
if it
they-
does, is going to create a tsunami, drown Northampton. And
What are they saying? Like, great
Yeah,
accommodation,
yeah,
good
yeah.
service. Oh,
that's
man.
exactly it. Like, great boat, but atmosphere's a bit glum.
As a prank, back when I guess Google Maps wasn't so vetted, my friend submitted my house on the. I don't even want to. I'm not going to say the real name because I think there are sort of remnants online where so you could find.
Oh,
out
right,
where it
right.
was, but they submitted it as a takeout place called Dr. Peter Flapp's Morgue, and I used to get with my phone number, and I used to get phone calls all the time. It's like. It was how much is a cheese pizza, and the line on there was like, yeah, we also do funerals. And my parents used to get hounded. They used to get marketing materials for Dr. Peter Flapp's morgue. Next segment.
Who's ringing up Peter Flapp's morgue from Cheeseburger?
I don't know. Slim pickings on the Isle of Wight, to be honest. There was no Domino's at that time, so he just went to Peter Flapp's.
Look, I'm desperate. It's probably BS, but I want a pizza.
Everybody get excited for the Cultaholic Hall of Fame!
Let's get back from the microphone just a little bit, not to hurt people.
Right, 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
So,
Time
do
for
one.
the fame. Well, I wasn't here last week.
No.
Can you remember?
Yes, I can remember. The nominations, Maffew had Dolph Ziggler circa
When he was
2010,
good.
when he was
That's right.
good for that very short period of time. And I had Dirty Pat Sharp, who is a dirty man.
Oh,
Pat Sharp.
I'm not going
singer.
to do the story again, but essentially he's not awful, but he's not disordered. And Ross's, which is fortunately the winner, was Dave Benson Phillips. Dave Benson Phillips is this week's Cultaholic Hall of
On
Fame
there.
induction.
Lovely for Dave.
Congratulations, because Dave Benson Phillips has obviously got involved in wrestling, and apparently it's not over yet. They're going to do more with him.
You know that Ross and Dave are going to meet. You know that it's like predestined
100%.
that they're
Should have
going
happened
to
a
meet.
long time ago.
They're gonna meet. It's just written in the stars. It's awful. Yeah.
I want to be there. I'll hold the camera for Ross. I don't care. I want to see him.
Oh dear.
What a legend.
My nomination this time is one that I've nominated before, and it's a really obvious one, and you've in fact already mentioned him this week, but is Mojo Rawley. Because it was his birthday this week. Again.
Sure you've done it before.
Yeah, no, I've tried him before, but it didn't work. Are we allowed repeat?
Yeah. Why not?
Oh, so this is
go
your
on.
pot. Are you
No,
sure?
go.
Thank
it
you very
mine?
much, because I don't have another one. Mojo Rawley, because it was his birthday this week, and I did a nice little Photoshop of me and him having fun. He replied to it.
Did he reply?
Yeah, he
What did he
replied
say?
to it. I can't remember, but it was.
Get away from me, you freak.
No. It was just like, I love this. This is hilarious, my
Really?
friend.
Was it?
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, and
What a guy. He's meant to be healed.
This is going to be the last. Yeah, that's true. I noticed
So us
that
toffs have to stick together.
toffs.
Yeah, Mojo's a big like
Oh yeah, he's,
upper
yeah.
class. Yeah.
I noticed on his Instagram he follows exactly 69 people, which is a touch that I like a lot. 69 is his big number. Sex.
Gorilla position.
And
Hello,
yeah, I
Penny.
just think I'm probably not going to be on this podcast for a little while, and this is my second chance to get Mojo in the Hall of Fame where he rightfully belongs, next to Dave Benson Phillips and your mate who screeches. James.
Poor James.
James.
Immortalized forever though. Like, he wasn't too big a character at school, but he's forever been, he's forever.
He's made
He's
it.
making a comeback.
Yes.
Like the Iron Sheik had that gap between his wrestling career and his YouTube career.
Oh, Andrew, if you book me for North to be Liam's manager, get James to do a run-in and take me out. Save the day.
Make
Big
you imagine
baby
the
face
pop.
comeback. Yeah.
He'll come out, no one knows who the hell he is.
There'll
and
be
he'll-
two lads in the crowd who listen to this and go like, "Oh, he's doing the noise. It's James."
Imagine the reaction. Instead of Austin's glass, or if you smell
No.
just a... It can't be. It can't be.
I think he's well into bikes now as well. So you just hear it comes down like,
Oh,
it's like, vroom.
What character?
Hands up, hands down.
Vroom, 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 goes around the corner. Goes
Goes around the ring, ties me to the back of the bike, drives me around the river.
oh no, watch out for the cardboard boxes. Oh.
I've forgotten the name of my nomination.
Oh, good.
But Pacitti
Prestigious.
knows him, so it's all right.
Okay.
It's the Isle of Wight's favourite Caribbean singer-songwriter,
Oh, Derek Sandy.
Derek Sandy. That's the boy. One day, it was probably a
He's
Friday.
going to see this.
No, he's not.
He is.
It was probably a Friday. We were just sort of like chilling in the office. It was winding down the end of the week. And he's not. Can I still nominate him?
Yeah, go.
Why?
You have
how's
to
he
do it before
gonna
you
say-
kill Pacitti.
I love Derek Sandy.
So Pacitti's from the Isle of Wight.
Yeah.
A small island off the south coast of the UK. Just for anyone who doesn't know.
Look at his face.
And Derek Sandy, I believe, moved there from, I think he's from Trinidad.
He's from Trinidad, yeah.
Moved there when he was a youngster, I guess. And just loves the Isle of Wight. Thinks it's a brilliant place. Loves where he moved to, which is a lovely story. And he's also, luckily, a singer-songwriter and has the song Welcome to the Isle of Wight, which is just a song all about how good...
Yeah, and how anyone is welcome on the Isle of Wight. So the
It's
chorus
brilliant.
goes, "Welcome to the Isle of Wight. You can share this paradise. Welcome to the Isle of Wight."
You
I
need
hope
a-
you're going to have a time.
Have a
We can have a
time.
real good time or something
Nice.
like that. I should know that. It's essentially the Isle of Wight's national anthem. But he's also got a song about gun crime, which is a huge problem on the Isle of Wight,
Is it?
as you can imagine. Yeah, it's called No More Guns. And it goes, no more guns, no more knives. Come on and enjoy your life. And I don't think there's ever been any gun crime on the Isle of Wight. It opens with all of these all of these sound bites of like inner city London, like there's been a stabbing today in Kensington, not Kensington, in Elephant and Castle. And then it just goes on about how the Isle of Wight, also just as a preventative measure, don't bring any guns or knives onto the Isle of Wight. There's a big problem with people bringing a certain thing onto the Isle of Wight, and that's red squirrels.
Really?
It's one of the only places in the UK where grey squirrels.
Yes.
Red squirrels are a big thing on the UK, and once a radio presenter called Alex Dyke said that he was going to bring a load of grey squirrels
Why?
over to attack the red squirrels.
Why would he do that?
And people went bozo.
What a heel promo.
They went bozo.
Yeah, he's a troll, that man, Alex Dyke.
But somebody who's not a
Alex
troll
Dyke.
and someone who's my nominate is Derek Sandy.
Yeah,
check
go
out
and check
his
him
music.
out. Yeah, he's got a few listens on Spotify, so go and have a listen. If you just say, I'll do it for you now. Alexa, play Derek Sandy, Welcome to the Isle of Wight. Hopefully you've got this on speakers, and hopefully right now you are being greeted with Derek Sandy's Welcome to the Isle of Wight.
Have you seen?
Sorry, who the hell is that?
Have you seen? Is he on Spotify?
Yeah, he's on
nice.
Spotify.
Have you
We're
seen-
not.
I saw a little clip from Twitch because obviously you've been getting into Fortnite a bit recently.
Big time.
I saw a little clip of like a famous Fortnite player on Twitch or something. I didn't know him, but he's like really good. Obviously, he's like an elite level, but is on like a bad run of form or something. So he gets killed really early. And one of the Twitch does like speaking donations, so the computer says whatever you've said, and leave a little message. So someone, as he got killed, donated like, and he like stormed off camera because he was like, "Oh, this is wrong." Stormed off, and the comment was like, "Someone so and so has donated like $5 or whatever. Well done. You are now the worst Fortnite player in the world. Alexa, play DJ Khaled. All I do is win." Starts playing. All I do is win in the background.
I saw one which I thought would work great for a punishment using that text-to-speak thing. This guy who does crazy YouTube stunts, he went to a zoo and he has the text-to-speech thing enabled on his phone, but a speaker in his backpack, so anyone can do anything to him. And people,
I've seen some of those,
people
yeah.
just go like, "Be aware, the man with the backpack is a paedophile.
Oh,
Step
no.
back." It's so mental.
Oh, no.
So that's an upcoming punishment. Maffew, what's your Hall of Fame?
Oh, I got nothing after that. Well, I was going to do the Sonic Mania Plus DLC, but that seems very trivial compared to the amazing eulogy you just began of the Isle of Wight.
Derek Sandy.
So, Dark Sunday, yes. So I'm instead going to give it to Aussie Open.
Okay.
The tag team from Australia, obviously. Why do I even need to point that out? Who are currently making big waves here in the UK. Seeming Defiant, North, Progress.
Attack, I went to
Fight Club
Attack last
Pro,
weekend.
Attack, got everywhere. Oh, yeah, they did the video game show.
Not that one I didn't go to.
Okay.
Yeah.
We did Banjo-Kazooie,
Yes.
and then switched around, and they were Banjo-Kazooie the other way around.
I got my first taste of, well, that's bad wording, but of Stupid Sexy Travis Banks.
Isn't it great?
Came out, danced on a bench near us. Nearly fell off, but I think it was a joke. It was good. Sorry, carry on, Aussie Open.
No, it's great to start about.
Haven't they broken up in FCP?
What?
Kyle Fletcher's attacked Mark Davis and joined CCK. Are you all right? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh dear.
Do you want to change your
I
nomination?
might change my nomination after
I
hearing
think
that.
they're still together in other promotions, though.
Yes. Can't be that bad.
They're good wrestlers.
Oh, lovely people.
Lovely.
Mark Davis, I like the fact that he chops people very, very hard in his entrance and scared my friend.
Nice.
I wasn't expecting it.
Kyle
Then
Fletcher.
the next night, he did exactly the same. Now, when he's going to do it again, yeah, but it's all right. I won't do it again. I won't do it again. I won't Sad again. And Carl Fletcher, yeah, just a very nice guy.
Lovely.
I love his haircut.
Good wrestler.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
A wholesome nomination.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
A serious one.
No, I like it.
To balance out the, I can't compete with the Isle of Wight.
What was yours
No, you
again?
can't. Mojo.
Oh, yeah.
And, that guy.
I genuinely thought when you were talking about there and you Banjo-Kazooie came into your head, you were just going to be like, oh, actually, Banjo-Kazooie. Or Banjo-Tooie, because you're more obscure than that, aren't you?
Nuts and bolts.
That's important.
No, God, no. No.
Okay.
Oh, have you played Banjo-Kazooie?
I've only played
Not so much.
I've only played the first one.
That's fine. Banjo-Tooie is a weird game because it's like they went, hey, Banjo-Kazooie is great. Let's put 10 times as much stuff in the game. God, it can be dull.
Is it really?
It's just, there's too much stuff. And it's a weird thing to say about a game, but it's so convoluted. It's like, okay, if you want this jiggy, then you've got to take the train from level A to level B, whilst also stopping off to get the pterodactyl to its sick parent, to the witch doctor. The witch doctor's going to make him big. Anyway, or I could just not play this game, to be honest with you. But
I didn't play it as much as I should have done because I had it on Mario 64 at the same time. And whenever I was playing Banjo-Kazooie, I thought, I should just play Mario 64 instead. I prefer Mario.
Never had an N64.
Oh.
Couldn't get to grips. I was a PS1. Here's another story about me being working class. My dad got me a chipped PS1. No middle class kid would get that, would they? You had to put a little bit of blue tack on the disc button to, like the shutter release. Piracy
I'm impressed
is bad.
by that.
I wouldn't do it now.
I know, it's one of those great, it's like, piracy, bad, don't do this. It's like, everybody had a chip PlayStation.
I got to play Metal Gear Solid about 2 months before every other sucker.
Oh.
Billy Wilson was livid. Little Billy Wilson in the playground, he was gutted.
All our childhood
never
friends
call-
getting name dropped.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did everyone ever call him Willie Bilson?
They called him Billy the Willy.
That's
More, yeah.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah. Okay.
And you can vote.
At patreon.com.
Is that it?
At
Someone's
Patreon.
up the camera. What?
Patreon.com.
What are you doing?
He loves democracy, don't
Vote.
he? Just-
Yeah. I need you to vote. I don't care. Vote for your favourite pick for the Cultaholic Hall of Fame, the prestigious Hall of
yeah.
Fame. Will it be filled with Mojo Rawley this week?
I think it will.
Will it
He's
be
the
filled
only-
with red squirrels?
No,
Will it be
Derek
filled with actual
Sandy.
wrestlers? Let's find out.
We'll see. Patreon.com.
Patreon.com/Cultaholic.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Raw and SmackDown recap.
Welcome to the Isle of Wight.
No,
Now
do it
I'll
properly.
Go again. Oh.
No. Well, don't bastardize another great song. Do it properly.
I'm sorry.
Welcome to the Isle of Wight. You can share this paradise. I was actually there. Sorry, I'm talking about Derek Sandy so much. I miss Ross too. But I was there when he was filming it. I was walking down Ryde Pier, like 5 in the morning. The sun was just coming up in the summer, and I just saw Derek Sandy walking along like that, singing to himself. And I thought, oh, that's fine. That's probably just what he does. But there was a car next to him, and they were recording the video, so I was very nearly in the video. My favourite part of the video, go and watch the video as well, is him on top of Shanklin Zoo with this knackered old concrete tiger, and he's just going, "Welcome to the Isle of Wight," on a tiger. Raw and SmackDown.
I love that my mental image of Isle of Wight is, it's not very big, and then like, it's even smaller than I thought it was. And
No,
Pacini's accidentally
past
walked in the
Derek
music
Sandy.
video of this.
Yeah.
What were you doing in the pier at 5 in the morning? Sailor?
Getting to London, I had like a meeting at 9 in the morning, so I have to leave very, very early. I used to live up the road from David Icke as well. He lives on the Isle of Wight.
I did not know that.
Lovely
Okay,
man.
this place is just a
He's
street
a
then, right?
former footballer who thinks he's Jesus.
Yes, and he thinks that all of the world leaders are reptilians, which Theresa May, well, maybe.
Well, it's hilarious now that you see people posting about that stuff on Facebook now. It's almost like normalised. Yeah, back 20 years ago, I was like, what are you on about?
Yeah, right.
I see one of those posts every day about the lizard people. Well done, David.
I'm not going to disagree with him.
Him on the Hall of Fame next week. Oh, yeah, SmackDown.
Raw.
Oh, yeah, so
Raw.
actually, Extreme Rules happened. But
Yeah.
Yeah, right. That was my reaction as well, because I've never seen...
Raw.
I can't remember the last time I watched a major WWE show and had bugger all to talk about afterwards. A lot of stuff happened, but mostly just angle, kind of, because then there wasn't much of an angle follow-up on the Raw SmackDown there. Some short matches and a very, very short match, a Victory Road 2011 style match for Jeff Hardy. Owens dying in the big match on Raw.
Oh, man, but he won.
Yeah,
The winner's purse.
I feel bad because I don't think people were giving him enough credit, myself included, for that magnificent bump that he took. Like, my mind immediately just went to, what a fool Braun is. But actually, that was a mental bump.
Yeah.
And fair play to him. And he does it every bloody week now.
Yeah,
every pay-per-view,
like-
he'll fall off something massive. And fair play to Owens, not getting enough credit for...
I like Kevin Owens. I don't like
He's one of my
dead
faves.
Kevin Owens.
No.
Like, I don't... it's very
I
confusing.
want to see him win stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
So the noteworthy matches were Reigns versus Lashley, which I thought
was
was...
all right.
Lashley looked great
Yes.
compared to how he did against Sami Zayn. I now see, though, why he wears the headband. Because, oh my God, that was one sweaty individual.
Did you see him when he was on the top turnbuckle? He was pissing sweat. Well, sweating.
Sweating piss.
Sweating piss.
It's like the Key and Peele sketch.
Oh,
Internet
yeah.
searches. It was just like, Jesus.
It was a ludicrous amount of sweat. And there's going to be a sweat-off, isn't there? SummerSlam. It's going to be bloody Brock Lesnar, a very sweaty man, taking on another sweaty man.
He's going to melt. Have to put him in a bottle.
It was good. I love the finish.
Yes.
Really enjoyed the finish. And the better reaction than I thought. I thought they were going to really
I think you can see the crowd at the start are like, right, lads, let's get ready. And then it's like, oh, it's all right, this actually.
Yeah, they saved that for the last match instead.
Oh, we'll get to that. But Reigns giving Lashley an AA out the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Lashley's dive to the outside, he just landed flat. That looked nasty.
So, yeah, I'll give him credit there. Reigns back on track, having good matches again compared to the previous matches he's had this year. So, and he lost. That's the important thing to remember because some people didn't. Styles retained against Rusev in a match that felt really important going into it. Happened and was like, that was good.
I liked it. Thought it was Rusev's best match.
It probably is, yeah.
Yeah. But he didn't win. But I didn't think he was going to win. I don't know.
I did, damn it.
Did you?
Did you actually? Too late.
I got my hope. This is what happens when you have hope, kids.
Yeah.
And yeah, then Seth versus Dolph happened.
Yeah, we're going to get to
we'll
that a bit
talk
more.
about
That's
that
the big
later on.
question, as you've seen in
Yes,
the description.
we'll
But
talk about
you've already clicked the video by now.
Yeah, a great match overall. No? I thought, go on.
Just a match.
Really? I thought I really enjoyed it.
What was great about it?
I really
work.
liked the
Their
work.
work.
Yeah.
That they
Pair of
did
them.
wrestling.
Yeah, the wrestling was good.
That they do every week.
No, but they're good at it, aren't they?
I thought the story
At
up
what?
until the end was good.
What was
With
the story?
Drew coming in and making it 3-0 with the disqualification, but then laying out Seth so Dolph could pick up 3 quick wins in
I like that
succession
bit.
and then the chase.
Okay, that bit was good. Right.
But no, it was. I don't think it was bad at all. It wasn't as good as it could have been, or even that I thought it would have been. But I enjoyed it. I can't think of a
because that
better match
Luda.
on the card.
Oh, you put that over Reigns Lashley?
Yeah, I think so.
I think Styles Rusev was the best match on the card, actually.
Oh no, that's a fair point. Actually, no, I take it back. Yeah. Mugged me
Gorilla
off there.
position.
So overall, it was. I've watched it back since, and I think I was a little bit hard on it in the review that I did, and it was all right. It wasn't terrible. People were saying, "Oh, it's worse than Backlash."
Wasn't worse than
it
Backlash.
No,
wasn't. It
absolutely
definitely
not.
wasn't.
But a lot longer than Backlash, or at least felt
Sure.
like it. I'm not sure if it was or not the same length, but. And then Raw happened, and I don't think Extreme Rules was that bad by itself. Then Raw happened, and for the first time since I think 2011, I saw the opening bit of Raw, and then I just skipped and just watched it in highlights. I
I've
usually
watched the
sit down and
highlights
watch
as well.
every single bit. Nah, I gave up. If you didn't see Raw,
Yo,
go
check
on.
this. I think
Stop.
collaborate
Recognize and
on
listen.
this, I think this was the best Raw in a month or two. It was actually a
Wow.
decent Raw, you know.
Okay.
The
why?
matches were good.
Yeah, the matches were good.
Some of the matches were good. To be honest, I've came in strong trying to defend Raw, but I'm losing steam really rapidly. But go on.
Go on, Jack. I believe you.
Well, I just thought the opening triple threat was really, really fun.
Okay.
Really, really fun. Wrong guy won, but it was fun.
Right, so watching Raw, Angle the previous night says if Lesnar doesn't show up and he doesn't schedule next match, then he's going to strip him the title.
Yes.
Lesnar's not here. Crowd, thank Christ.
Yeah.
All right, so no one can tell what's Angle or real now anymore with Lesnar. Is he
Yeah,
just
yeah.
being lazy or what's happening with this? But it's shown in the product. There's no storyline or feud with the main title. So yay, no Lesnar, great, I'll be really happy. Oh no, Heyman's here. Okay, fine, he's not
I
here.
missed Paul,
Let's say
though.
SummerSlam.
I was pleased
Yeah.
to see Paul. Just remembered how good he was on the mic.
And then Angle says, well, everyone comes out, as they do in procession, like it's the sound of effing music. They go, I should get a title shot. I should get I'm Spartacus.
I'm Lisa.
I'm Spartacus, and so is my wife. And then Seth Rollins, who lost the night before.
Yes.
McIntyre, not wrestling.
But,
Reigns, who also
I
lost.
could forgive
Elias,
McIntyre.
hasn't been seen in a
Right.
week. And
The only ones
Finn
who,
Balor, who
the only
won.
ones who deserved it were kind of Lashley, maybe Drew, and maybe Balor because he had to forfeit the belt. But the rest of them, Reigns even said, he just came out and went, I don't really care about that. I just want to fight someone tonight. And I think Angle should
Right.
have gone, here's a match against Victor. or he is a match against so-and-so. Not, he has another chance to get, a title shot.
Yeah, fight a red squirrel, anything. But instead, it's like, well, you are all deserving of a title shot, so there'll be 2 triple threat matches. I'm going, right, okay, so there's no, beginning, middle, and end to most of the storylines right now on on Raw at least. SmackDown's a lot better.
It's Legend of Zelda.
So
I did an analogy on a video.
Did you?
It's not chronological anymore. It's like the Legend of Zelda. All the games tell the same story, but in different ways. And it's like that, but not in a good way. Like in between 2 pay-per-views, you could put any of the shows in any order, and it wouldn't really matter. Things just happen.
Yeah. So
Ziggler, that was really
Rollins came out. Yeah. Ziggler came out. No, so again, Rollins came out and didn't even mention Ziggler. Wasn't mad. It was just like McIntyre. Oh yeah, so I could have a title match. So all I got from this was everyone's a loser. Doesn't matter if you win or lose. You can't get a title shot. And also, there's no real headliners now in WWE, right? As of this moment, no one's a real headliner. You could say that Reigns is a headliner, but he lost. Because that Rollins is a headliner. He also lost.
Yeah.
So who is the big draw now?
Yeah.
Or are we fully at the moment where WWE is the draw? That's the reason why they're making so much money with Fox and everything else. And Finn Balor is a midget. Apparently, if you watch wrestling.
It's weird, isn't it?
I didn't care. I just went, I'm out.
But check this. Because I think...
Word to your mother.
Because I think, from my experience in the biz, right?
This is the second time you've done this today.
From my experience in the biz.
Oh, God. What is your experience in the biz?
Working on WCPW for a year and a half.
Sure, yeah.
I think that when stuff like the Lesnar situation, wrestling sort of taught me that a lot of work shoots where people go, that's just a work. A lot of them had their origins in actual shoot incidents that happened backstage and they've been turned into works.
Yes.
Like, we've seen examples of that. We've worked through examples of that at WCPW.
Yeah. Connor's losing the title, being signed by WWE. It happened all the time.
I was thinking of something happened to annoy Shah Samuels and we turned into a storyline.
Oh, yeah. Some Twitter beef.
And then I remember seeing people
I remember that. Yeah, someone thought that was real.
I remember seeing people online going, it's just a work, you marks. And I was thinking, well, it is a work, but it started off because of a real situation. I'm not saying that it was as controversial as it was made out. It was obviously amplified. But I think that there probably is some kind of... Lesnar probably is holding them to ransom a little bit.
He is, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. You said it last week, he's bigger than the WWE.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even worse, it would be okay if he was around and he, created some new stars. The only person he's made since this title run has been Goldberg.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Yeah. Everyone else he's beaten. There's no one else who's got the rub.
Kid's got a future in the business.
And when he finally is defeated...
P.S. I love you.
When he is
P.S. I love you. What?
I didn't say P.S.
I'm sorry I love you.
I'm sorry I love you.
P.S. I love you. Great film. Great film.
P.S. I love you. Oh, leave my Netflix history alone.
And when he finally does beat somebody, I will move
Sean,
things up. Oh, for goodness sake.
Notting Hill. 4 weddings and a funeral, Rick.
You complete me, Goldberg.
About a boy.
When he finally...
About a boyhood dream.
When he finally is beaten.
About a bill.
Oh, my God. I'm going home.
No, come on, Adam. Sorry, go on.
The Notebook's great. When he finally is beaten...
No one puts Bill Goldberg in the corner.
I hate you. When he finally is beaten...
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Yeah? Okay. When he finally is beaten, we probably won't think too much about Lesnar's loss. We'll just be thinking, oh, thank God that's over. And we'll be thinking about the program leading up to this. Because it's just been so miserable. It's been a miserable time to be a wrestling fan who's invested in the big titles.
Right. There's no feud. There's near meat.
No.
It's all side salad. It's that bag of salad you get with your kebab that you have absolutely no interest of eating. Not even if it was the last thing on earth, on a desert island. Yeah. So I just went, you know what? I've had enough of this. And I saw the bits where Baron Corbin came out and says, I'm going to ring Steph, but I don't have my phone on
I've
me.
left my phone in the back, yeah.
Okay, I was like, thank you, Baron Corbin. Currently one of the highlights of Raw. And also the bit where, again, people told me and goes, well, you missed this bit where Baron Corbin asked Kurt Angle, I want to get a title shot. And he goes, yeah, but you lost in the pay-per-view.
They all did.
Yeah. I was like, this why? Can't be asked.
Well, that segment was another big talking point on Raw, I think, because Angle booked Alexa versus Ronda. And that's a match I'm genuinely looking forward to seeing for the Raw Women's Championship.
Oh, she's been great. at the expense of the rest of the division because she's the female Lesnar.
But it's good at the minute.
Yeah, she's got a great character.
She came out of the crowd, and then Angle said, "Oh, you can't do this. I'll suspend you for another week," which isn't a big enough punishment. Corbin was like, "That's not a big enough punishment," and I thought, yeah, he's right. That isn't a big enough punishment.
So you're going to have to ring up the sex line and do the MMA moves.
You're gonna have to. I'm trying to think of any.
Or a fight in the octagon.
And yeah, I'm looking forward to that match. I don't know who's going to win or what's going to happen, but it was decent.
Yeah.
Like that segment.
What else? There's Bailey and Sasha in their lesbian angle. I don't know.
If we turn out to be wrong and it is a lesbian angle,
fair
I'm
play.
going to feel like a damn fool.
Yeah, but they've been feuding for so long. They're has-beens.
Yes.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
Yes.
But I don't care. I don't care if they're lesbians. I don't care if they make out on Raw next week. I'm like, great. More acting between the pair of them. Channel 5, 9 p.m. Fantastic. Great memories.
My problem is, like, why does Angle care about their friendship, first of all? Because he's the GM. And he goes, if you two can't get on, I'm going to trade one of you to SmackDown. Why?
Why? It's a wrestling
Secondly,
show.
have them wrestle each other. Yeah?
Right.
You should be delighted that they don't like each other because they've got... If in kayfabe, right, you should think, oh, they've had some of the best women's matches we've ever seen. Let's have another one. But he goes, these two need to get on for some reason because... It's really frustrating me, this storyline.
Yeah.
Really.
So I didn't want to watch Raw in case I spent all of this time complaining about Raw. So sorry about that. Didn't work out how I planned.
But the matches were good. Some of them.
I'm sure they were. Who cares?
SmackDown.
SmackDown, much better. Yay,
Yeah,
happy.
it was brilliant. Ross said, and I think I agree with him, this has been the best SmackDown since the brand split. I thought it was
picking
brilliant.
it back up.
Everything makes sense.
Yeah.
Everything has like all the people that featured have stories. The matches were really, really strong this week. I can't think of a bad segment on the show. It was really, really strong, wasn't it? The only thing that was missing, and I said this in Graded, was a real standout match. Like AJ, Almas was brilliant, but hopefully it's just a teaser. I mean, we've got Paige's announcement next week.
It was a good first match between the two.
Yeah,
What's, what's her announcement?
Oh, she's going to announce AJ's SummerSlam opponent, and I think it's probably going to be Almas. Who has been used confusingly. I know the Sin Cara stuff got in the way, like he's not been on TV as much as he should
they
have
had a
done.
good match, Extreme Rules. Yeah, sorry.
Oh yeah, the pre-show match, which was good.
I'd love to see Almas win the belt. He won't.
No.
But I'd love to see...
We've not been introduced to him well enough on the main roster.
Yeah, I think it's too much too soon if he
let them
wins
have a
round.
sick match, though. I can't make that noise, mate.
Check yourself before you...
Yeah.
Aye.
yourself.
Cinco stars.
I've had an energy drink before we came on.
I can tell. I looked at you and I feel power.
Slowly throughout the day, though, not...
So yeah,
didn't neck it.
yeah, I think it's. I prefer if I do drink energy drinks. I do prefer to like drip feed it.
Yeah, like a
You've been downing Lucozade this whole thing. That bottle hasn't left your mouth.
I have a bad head.
Oh.
And it's Lucozade. This is not an energy drink. This is.
Oh, this is medicine, right? They did used to issue it in hospitals, didn't they? They used to prescribe it.
I don't know why. What this is. No one calls it a
Glucose.
glucose drink, though, do they? Just say it's a
Lucozade. That's an
Lucozade.
energy drink, isn't it?
No.
Oh. Are you kidding me?
It's kind
Let us know in the
Don't be
comments right
silly.
now.
It's a lesser than like Monster
yeah,
or
yeah.
Red Bull. It's not like quite as intense.
No, you don't get like a buzz off Lucozade. It just makes you feel a bit.
I do.
Maybe you
Is
do
it
then,
like
I
having
guess.
a coffee?
Is there caffeine in there? Hold your horses. We're just going to check the ingredients label on a bottle of Lucozade. So thanks
caffeine.
for subscribing.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
There you go. There you go. What else happened on SmackDown?
Don't know, I'm hard. Let's stop. Yeah, double moonsault from Almas. Yay.
Oh,
Becky.
brilliant.
Becky won a match
Come
and
on,
finally
Becky.
challenging Carmella.
Come on, Becky.
Which is weird. That's the one other bit that I didn't like.
on,
Not one other bit.
Becky.
One bit that I didn't like is that they're going to give us that next week when I'd rather they held off until
pay-per-view.
SummerSlam. Just let Becky beat someone else who could possibly be in contendership. Like
Yeah, but
maybe
maybe Carmella's been doing this whole, she's not a real, she's honky tonk woman. So
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to have a proper match. It's
No,
gonna
no,
be,
sure.
James Ellsworth.
YTONK works. There we go. Honky tonk in her tune.
ELL.
W.
ELMS. James Ellsworth.
JAMES Ellsworth. There he is. Yep.
Diamonds on his chin. Miz had a funeral for Kane.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff.
Having a completely pointless tag title match the night beforehand, and I'm glad it went unmentioned.
I sort of disagree. I've enjoyed the Team Hell No reunion, even if it has just
2 weeks
lasted
of it.
for... No, that's it. But it was just a little chapter in the book of the rivalry that is The Miz versus Daniel Bryan. And I quite like it. I don't want to see... Like, Kane was noticeably slow on for weeks. Obviously he is. Obviously, I'm not having a go at him. But just to get that one reunion, which will be the last reunion that we'll probably see of Hell No, I'm all for it. And if it makes Miz versus Daniel Bryan feel bigger, which I think it has done, then I think it's a good thing.
And check this.
Is that your new thing?
I don't know. I think Miz.
Why?
Miz is like. I think Miz is like Mike from Breaking Bad. He's like the cleaner. If they make a mess, they just send him in, and he sort of cleans up the angle a bit. He's like, he can just pull off anything, can't he? He's good.
Yes, he can pull off anyone.
Whoa, handsome.
And yeah, it looks like we're gonna get the Bryan versus Miz feud.
For SummerSlam, I thought they might hold off until WrestleMania, but it's there, isn't it? Yeah.
No.
You want to hold off until WrestleMania.
But now that it looks like they're doing it at SummerSlam, then I think we'll get Bryan challenging for the belt at WrestleMania.
Possibly, yeah.
Has he signed his contract though?
Not
I
yet,
saw
but apparently he's going
rumblings,
to.
He's going to be all in. He's not, because it's the day his contract expires or something. It's not soon enough. But...
New Day still feuding with Sanity.
Yeah.
And they got to mention the Birds of War from Always Sunny.
Oh, I don't understand.
Born out of thunder.
Yeah.
There's an episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia where they put on their own wrestling show. And
I've seen Danny DeVito in the Andre the Giant.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. They take out the trash.
The trash man, yeah. But they're the boards of war. They're the Birds of War, the three lads. They come out with abs painted on and wings. And they just...
I've seen that as well, yeah. Who mentioned this, Corey?
No, the New Day backstage.
Oh, did they?
Having
I
themselves
just
up
missed
against
it. I
Sanity.
apologise.
Because Eric Young resembles the Vicar.
There's a bit where they have an argument over whether the second verse of their entrance music is necessary, and there's a big one of them's like, yes, it establishes who we are. We're the Birds of War. Yes, they have feathers, but the muscles of men and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Gotcha, okay.
Birds of War!
Probably my favourite episode, Always
It's
Sunny.
so good, yes.
Oh,
Also,
Junkyard Dog. He was a slave fighting for his freedom. No, Junkyard Dog, the chain. Junkyard. Oh, is that what it was?
That's a very good Charlie impression there.
Thank you. It's just
That's
my
your-
voice for you.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's your
yeah.
Jack Puppet.
Oh.
Where is he?
He's-
You've got
he's-
him in your bag as well, haven't you?
He's with Ross.
Him, Ross,
He's,
and Penny. What an evening.
He's having a... Oh, no, never mind. I'm not going to say anything. Nothing good could become of that conversation. So Nakamura had a 20-minute match with Jeff Hardy.
Did it go that long?
Yes, it did, which is surprising because his match didn't go 20 seconds on the thing. So
Yeah.
many people, such as myself, thought, God, that energy drink's kicking in. That maybe it was something was up. But no, the only thing was up was the return of Randy Orton.
The most disgusting sport I've seen. It was horrible.
Yeah, dirty.
His finger in his
Disgusting.
extension. It was disgusting.
I had an ex-girlfriend with one of those.
Yeah.
Or I have
What,
an
an ear
ex-girlfriend.
fetish?
With plugs.
Oh.
And they stink.
Do they?
I
really
bet
smell.
they do.
They stink.
Well, apparently it's just like rotting flesh all the time. Somebody's
Yeah,
going to
of
correct me in
course.
the comment. But you have to clean them really thoroughly. That's a dirty spot. If you got backstage and sniffed Randy Orton's fingers.
And we know about
would've
dirty
not-
spots on this show, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen.
It was brilliant though, and the best thing about it is that Randy Orton seems to be completely committed to heel Orton again. Like he's been so stale for 5 years, probably. It's been a long time.
Since the Wyatt thing.
Yeah. Well, no,
I'll give him that because I enjoyed the Wyatt feud.
I enjoyed the
until
Wyatt
the matches
thing.
started.
Yeah, right. But this is the intense.
Since Legacy,
brilliant.
it's his better. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Legacy.
I hope he starts
Jeez,
punching
is that
people
right?
again.
Yeah, you might be right.
Because he turned face
No.
when Legacy.
Since the Christian feud,
What? Oh,
yeah,
yes, that was.
which we mentioned
nice.
once a
That
week.
was bloody
As people
nice.
point out that we repeat
Did we
spots.
talk about that quite a lot?
And there's a few things that we've done that we've mentioned.
Oh, right.
Something about James being over, but I don't know. Who cares? Who pays attention to these YouTube comments? 205 Live, not skip ahead, but like Leo Rush looks really friggin' good.
Yes, he does. One of the Uptown Funkers.
Yep.
Carry on.
I saw
Check that out.
a thing that Drake Maverick, Spud, said, I can't get a Drake Maverick into my head. It's still
Yeah,
Spud.
yeah, okay.
Anyway, he said, somebody asked him why Leo Rush wasn't going to be involved in the Fatal 4-Way next week. And he's like, because he's great and everything, but he's not like being established for long enough. And I like that. It's sort of general manager doing his job and explaining why things are happening nicely. Yeah, no, it was a good show this week.
Dawes back and he's on fire.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
God, the transformation he did.
Well, I mean, I preferred him in his shorts, pants, little.
No, just in general.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah, he's
Just think, why is he hiding his big legs? But anyway.
got big legs.
Got to tease him, man. And give it all away, man.
Paper for you.
And also, David Arquette returned to the ring.
Did he?
Not in WWE, obviously.
I was gonna
That'd be
say.
insane, Jesus. Yes, he returned to Championship Wrestling somewhere.
Okay.
I should pay attention to the name of the company, but who cares? Like Dave Benson Phillips, who cares who he wrestled for? Like,
Oh, no, that's not. No, don't say it, because they listened last week. They sent a really nice tweet.
Who they are?
Who-
They're-
Who did?
They're
The
Cultaholic
company that
fans.
booked.
Go on, and what's the name of the
Benson
company?
Yeah, they're
They're good.
Yeah, they're really good. And,
Dave Benson Phillip,
Go and check them out on
Professional
Facebook as
Wrestling.
well. There'll be a comment in the
Just
description.
Google Dave
or
Benson
something.
Phillips Wrestling. You'll find the company.
Yeah, just Google Dave
Great
Benson.
stuff. Don't throw me in it, Master.
Sorry.
A good week of wrestling, except for Raw.
If you wished Raw and Extreme Rules and just watched the Fight Wrestling Ringmaster
yeah,
tournament,
apparently
it
that
was
was
a
good
great.
as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can't give any spoilers, but it was great seeing the newbies that are trying to meet
Yeah.
people because half the country's been signed by either WWE or World of Sport. El Phantasmo. Yeah, well done. That was a good impression,
Yeah,
actually.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Matt Riddle can be. But you know what? They've been really open with the reason that they're doing this tournament is to introduce new talent, and I think that's really cool. Like, why try and push? Hope he's all right as well. Apparently.
Oh, yeah.
he's
So, yeah, new
posted
talent
out
and
saying-
beat up the existing ones. Poor Simon Miller.
Yeah, no. Well, I like the idea that because the rest they know their audience. Wrestling fans are smart. They know why they're not going to say El Ligero and Amir Jordan and all these other guys.
Travis Banks.
Joe Coffey. Oh yeah, they've gone. They're doing other things, and I
So they
really
don't
like the
wanna work
idea.
for- oh, yeah,
and
sorry,
apparently it was a
sorry.
great night of wrestling. I couldn't go, but it was.
It was
Two
really
nights.
good. Yeah.
Do you know? Sorry.
I'm going to watch it on the weekend when it comes out, and then it'll be taken into account for Wrestlers of the Week next Friday.
Let's have a rummage in our mail bags.
Question time. Again, if you see first time watching this, I do not read these beforehand. So, hello to the members of Cultaholic on this podcast. What?
Hello.
Oh, weird way of typing that. So I was recently rewatching the first NXT TakeOver Brooklyn show, and on that show I saw Leva Bates come out as Blue Pants, what the fans in Full Sail had called her when she was a jobber. I was like, oh yeah, I remember that. Was a silly thing that got over, and it made realise that over the years a ton of silly stupid things have gotten over with fans. So it got me wondering, what is your favourite silly thing in wrestling? Thanks for all the great stuff you guys do. Glad I have signed up to be a new Patreon backer.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. I won't take the mick out of you because I have your money. Thank you, Peter Sidon from Bristol, England.
Peter was that?
Peter, yes.
Thank you, Peter.
Thank you, Peter.
Thank you, Peter from Bristol.
Thank you, Peter.
Things in wrestling.
Somerset, I'm doing. Silly things in wrestling.
Wrestling
word.
is inherently silly, isn't it?
It's
There's
silly.
so many silly
What's
things
the
in wrestling.
silliest bits?
The silliest thing that I have enjoyed.
I'll go with one.
Go on.
Probably the people's elbow.
Oh, that's a good one.
right.
Yeah.
That is very
Because
silly.
as a kid, I just assumed that the running he did built up the pressure.
Oh.
So he's like, because you watch a lot of Dragon Ball Z, so like he's like, oh. So his elbow's like swelling up, like and drop it, and yeah. And as Rocker said, no, the idea was he'd do the finisher, and that move would be to taunt him. But when everybody in attendance is going, yeah, the people's elbow, you just assume like, oh yeah, that's just a pretty big elbow.
My dad hates that.
Does he?
Yeah, he's
Is he
he's
big smart?
No, well, sort of. Like he gets how it works. but
You
he's
should
just
see
like-
Masawa, kid.
Yeah, no, he's not like that at all. He's a British wrestling guy, which was also there was lots of silliness and
Sorry,
rubbish. in
Dynamite
that.
Kid then.
And yeah, he was always just like, oh, that's ridiculous, isn't it? Why does he run to the right? Why didn't he just drop the elbow? It's a rubbish finishing move. Theatrics, Dad. Look at what you're seeing. Bless him, Nige, Nigpack. No, that's his username, Nigel Pacitti, Nigpack. He uses it on like his
Nigback.
Nigpack. I've told this story already, but
I'm sure I remember this.
No, my dad, his username on stuff, and he got banned once for an online service. I can't remember which one it was. And he said, "What have I done?" It says I've got an unsuitable username. And I'm like, oh, what is it, Dad? Oh, it's Nigpack 1958 or whatever.
Nige Pack, surely.
You can't play.
Yeah, he says Nigpack, but there's no E. Nigpack. Anyway,
You can't
silly
play
things-
Rainbow Six with a name like that.
My silliest thing in wrestling that I enjoy right now is Braun Strowman, I guess. I love the big moments. It feels like the Attitude Era, he's doing massive things, and it's all silly, and sometimes it hurts the characters that he's doing the things to. Like, I think Kevin Owens, sort of that feud didn't make much sense. It was just a bit of bullying. But overall, I guess, like the Nicholas stuff, I actually really enjoyed. Like, on paper, if I'd seen Braun Strowman wins with a 10-year-old child, I'd have just been like, oh, get that away from me. It's worse than the people's elbow. But overall, I really like it, and I like Braun Strowman's character.
I did a silly thing at the last wrestling show I went to on Saturday or
Pissed yourself?
Friday. Yeah, I pissed myself. Everyone laughed at me. CCK were there going, "No, you're not cool." No, I went to Attack in Cheltenham. Shout out the Frog and Fiddle, and that's a venue, not.
That's a great tag
not
team.
Yeah, Frog and Fiddle.
Fiddler.
So there was a mixed tag match between Mike Bailey and Vader Scott against El Phantasmo and Charlie
Harkness?
the Australian one, not Charlie Morgan, Charlie Evans.
Oh,
Yeah, they had a tag match over whether Bigfoot was real or not, and it was a silly show. And it's not normally my cup of tea, but I enjoyed it because I was drunk. And they did a big slow mo sequence, and I did the most smarky indie fan thing I've ever done. I started a slow motion "This is awesome" chant.
Oh, that's good. Did it catch on?
Yes, it did.
Yes. Oh,
There's no better feeling, is there?
if people join in, it's all right.
Yeah.
If you do it by yourself, it's like,
There was one lad, and just in case, on the off chance that he is a fan of the channel, then I don't want to slag him off too much, but I don't know if he is or not.
Uh-oh.
But there's a lad sat down from us on our row shouting like, you know Joel, the referee? Joel Allen.
oh, yeah.
He came out, and the guy was like, Afro Allen! And then no one like said
Good
anything, and he went and
God.
shouted, he used to have a big afro.
I was about to say,
And Joel-
yeah, that's
and Joel,
what
Joel just turned and went, yeah, and I'm balding now, cheers, mate.
that was the 1PW thing. He got the sack from 1PW because his kid came out for huge afro, and the crowd were distracted by chanting hymns. They said, "What? We don't need you. You're more over than the wrestlers. Sod off." So he came out with cut. It's like, all right, now you can stay.
So he was shouting, at one point he shouted, sweep the leg, but there was no Karate Kid reference to be seen.
yeah, that is it.
But he was enjoying himself, and that's what matters, and I shouldn't have judged him so.
Nah, screw him.
Yeah.
Next question. Hello all.
Hello.
You look nice today.
Thank you.
You don't know that. You haven't seen this before this video came out. I once got Batista bombed on concrete when I was in year 8. And it hurt like hell.
Yeah. Don't
No,
try this at home.
No, try it at school instead.
Yeah.
And I couldn't move anything, and I wasn't able to feel my arms or legs, and all the kids ran away scared. Everyone was panicking. Everyone was panicking, thinking that Jess just killed me. Oh, naming them as well. Eventually, hope the statute of limitations is up. Eventually,
not
someone.
a normal power bomber, Batista. He's sat out as well.
So I think I found that's a Jess bomb. Eventually, someone told the teacher, and he eventually got me to sit up, but I still couldn't move my limbs, and the back of my head felt wet.
This is 7 hours
Oh,
later. He's
no.
been laying there in the pouring rain.
I managed to turn my head and look at the floor, and there was a small puddle of blood there. I was taken to the hospital and got stitches put in.
Yeah.
It has left a huge scar, but luckily I have long hair so nobody can see it.
Good.
The moral of the story is don't do anything stupid with your friends because it will turn to something and they will run away rather than help you. Also, don't do wrestling moves on concrete. If you could change anything in your life from the past, what would you change it for?
These questions are the best. The ones with the long, convoluted stories, and then, what's the best crap you've ever taken?
Yeah, it's like, what's your favourite pizza
If I
topping?
could change anything in my life.
I would stop myself from a big powerbomb because ever since that day I've been a bit loopy at times and I get pins and needles in my arms quite
Oh,
Oh, God, I hope he's all right.
Thank you. Shalom. Oh, Jim. I mean Melissa.
what?
I hope that's a joke.
No. The subject, the sender was Melissa Tumblr or something like that. I think this bloke might be impersonating a woman online.
Oh, I thought that.
I don't know.
No, I think that the joke is that it is a girl called Melissa, and she's said, I'm a bit loopy at times.
Ah,
Jim,
that
Melissa."
makes sense.
Cheers,
Shout out to
Melissa.
Melissa. Sorry for
Good one,
misunderstanding.
Melissa.
I'm sure you're not impersonating.
You'll forget this question's
To
been
be
asked
fair,
anyway,
though,
so
they
don't
were
worry about
doing
it.
So I'm guessing Jess was also a girl. They did a lot for women's wrestling back then. Batista bomb, so probably about 2005. Yeah, decent.
You would go do the time.
Yeah,
yeah, Batista
that's
bomb.
good.
Biggest regret?
But just ever in life, what would do with wrestling?
I guess ever in life. No regrets. They don't work.
Not a regret. I
No
don't know if it's a
regrets, they
good.
only hurt.
I don't know if it's a good story or not. It's straight away reading that. Do I regret nothing? Is the thing that came up.
Poo in your pants must be.
Oh no, I don't regret that because there's some people who go, happens, pal. I'm like, oh, okay, been accepted by the commoners.
Some people think, oh, he pooed his pants. Why did he do that?
What? People think it's a regular occurrence, then it's to get worrying. Oh,
Carry on.
I was talking with a friend about somebody that I'm going to use gender neutral terms as much as possible, so give nothing away, because people watch this may know. Somebody that I liked, and they liked, and they were like, oh no, we started describing chat-up lines and what we would do. Mm-hmm. And like the biggest kick in the groin you'll have ever felt without actually getting kicked there, they said, oh, by the way, I'm now seeing that person that we know, and I used your technique.
Oh no!
Which I said,
horrible.
which I say technique, my method of going up to someone and going, I like you.
That must have been.
There's no, you watch a film and you think
man.
there's nuances or something like that. Like, maybe they'll detect the vibe I'm getting. No. You have to actually go up to someone and bash them over the head going, want to make it. That's way more effective.
I can't believe they did that.
And I was just like,
This must be how Ospreay felt when Gargano stole the cheeky Nando's cake.
right.
Yeah.
I wonder how
fucking-
wrestlers
really
feel when they go,
horrible.
mate, I stole that move from
that is
Japan
horrible.
first.
Really nasty. So what's your regret here?
That I didn't do it first.
Having wankers for friends. Jesus.
Well, you know.
Have you got one? Because I'm struggling to...
Can't be deep like that. They can be, you know.
Yeah,
they
I
could be
know,
funny or something.
I'm trying to think of it more.
I love the
lighthearted
therapeutic nature of the show sometimes.
one. I don't know. I once the first ever girl I asked out said no, and it made me quite sad. I went home and shot a basketball alone, like I was in a film.
I shot myself.
Shot a basketball at my hoop outside my house.
Shooting some b-ball up and
Yeah, but I won't mention her name, obviously, because she'll immediately get found. But yeah, it was just a bit of a. She went, "Oh, I only see you as a friend." So I just wish I'd never asked her again. I wish I was only like a teenager. I wish I'd detected that she wasn't into me. You know?
Sometimes I don't think there's anything bad with going up to someone and goes, hey.
I've never done it since. I've only ever asked
Oh,
someone
really?
out if I've been like certain that we've been getting on and stuff. I've never taken a risk again, like in terms of that, ever.
Oh.
It's really scarred me, yeah.
Yeah,
So that's a regret.
Jesus.
Mine, I guess, is a punishment from... And I'm really sorry to hear that, by the way, Jack. And
Mate.
you, Matthew.
No, I've not talked
Oh, no,
to her
it's
for like,
fine.
I've not talked to
I've
her
got
for like
it.
10 years. It's okay. It's a long time ago.
A tear is... I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it's trailing down Jack's
sad-
face
I
right
know
now.
it's Native American.
They said a name there for comic effect.
Mine is a punishment video that we did at What Culture. Which,
Name redacted.
Name redacted, sorry. Which was 3 shots of hot sauce.
yeah.
And so I think I've told this story before, perhaps some people might be familiar with it, but we did 3 shots of increasing intensity. And the first one was like, fine, do that. Second one, fine. Down the third one, and immediately it was agony. It just like, it hit me within 5 seconds.
What type of hot sauce was it?
I don't know, it's at the Coop Chicken House. It's just,
Oh,
it
okay,
had...
right.
Which is a delicious
It had
chicken.
one delicious. It had one ingredient in it, which was 12 million Scoville ingredient, which is very, very hot. I don't think the overall level was 12 million Scoville. Anyway,
Right.
I did this shot and I had to sign a waiver before I did it. And
Oh,
everything.
one of those.
Yeah,
Right,
it was,
right, right.
and it burned for 20, 25 minutes, and it was bad. And I had ice cream all over me and everything. Not all over me, but in my mouth. Yeah, that's better. And I had the rest of the day off, so I went for lunch with my friend, and halfway through I just had to go, I'm really, really sorry, but I'm going to have to go home. My stomach is starting to really hurt. Got home, within 20 minutes, I'm laid on my bathroom floor crying because it was so, so painful. And shortly after, I had to have a camera put down my neck, and I had a stomach ulcer, and now I can't really deal with spicy food anymore. Like it's actually damaged me.
Wow.
So that sucks. Generally, I really like doing the punishment videos because I think they're funny and people like enjoy them, and I like making stuff that people enjoy, obviously. But that one was just like, that's permanently damaged me.
Wow.
So
we've all
Patreon
been-
for medical bills. I
Cheers,
guess.
We'll all be damaged internally somehow.
Right.
Right. Helu, or should I say Dirty Diddler-o. What? Jack the Bus Throbber, the Catchphrase King, Ross Tweddle,
He's not here.
and the Puppet Master, Maffew Greg.
Master.
Well, none of us doing our gimmicks, all showing up. Today I was home alone, and by 3 p.m, I still hadn't eaten anything.
Whoa.
Naturally, I was a little bit hungry.
Yeah.
And by a little bit hungry, I mean a lot hungry.
Whoa.
2 medium-sized pots of Kraft dinner mac and cheese.
Trampy bastard.
Oh, don't push the bucket out too much. You change for a quid for
Actually,
that.
I'm not going to hear a bad
Followed
word about
by-
craft dinners because they're delicious.
Mac and cheese, I mean...
No, they're
2 of the same one?
Yeah,
that's
two.
fine. Well,
Two of the same
it's
one.
just
It's the
a
thing I
double
miss
serving,
you.
isn't it?
Yes, so, yeah.
Two Macs, 2 cheeses.
Well,
go
fun
for
mac and
craft dinner.
cheese, to be honest.
Followed by about 2 bowls of chocolate ice cream hungry.
Are you 6 years old?
I ate the KD straight out the pot, shoveled the ice cream directly into my mouth from the bucket. Well, hell's ice cream. This made me think of a brilliant question for you this week. What is the most fat-ass thing you've ever done?
What?
Oh, here we go.
Questions this?
Danny from Heartland, that's Alberta, Canada.
Yeah.
Even though I live
Craft
closer
dinner,
to
of course.
Edmonton and was supposed to hate Calgary. Fair enough.
Thank
That's a
you
good pay.
for that
Best
question.
fat man thing you've done. All right, that's a good one.
Okay. I've done the unlimited wings thing.
Have you?
Yeah.
Where at?
God, I'm trying to think of I know. Did an eating challenge when I was at university, which consisted of 60 chicken dippers each. Oh no, that was the starter was 2 pints of soup. Just to prove we didn't have anything to do that night. So instead of going and socialising, we just sat around and did this. So two pints in pint glasses of soup. You have to down them. Then the next course is 60 chicken dippers, and then 30 of those mini donuts. Yeah, and I ended up sleeping on their floor because I couldn't walk home.
Did you do it though?
Yeah, I did it.
Yes.
And you think the spice is what caused the stomach ulcer?
A fair point.
Right. We used to, when we were in Preston, which I like to remind people is the most unhealthiest street in Britain. Cafe Zeus. Me and my mates at uni used to...
Cafe Zeus?
Oh, I'm hungry. And he was a fat cat. And I was not. And so he'd be like, I'm fancying a calzone. You couldn't possibly finish a calzone though, could you, Maffew? That's more my thing. And I'm like, oh yeah, well, I'll show you. And so we'd see who could eat a 12-inch calzone with white sauce the quickest. I could not finish a 12-inch calzone now. And like, if you paid me, sure, I'll just, stick it up afterwards. But yeah.
Were you really poorly?
No, I was very happy.
Okay.
Knowing I wouldn't live to be 50.
Jack.
I actually, when I was about sort of 19, so about 6 years ago, and I didn't realise at the time, but I was actually a bit bigger than I am now. And I only realised because me and my two mates went to Parklife Festival in Manchester and documented it. So somewhere out there's a video on YouTube of a pre-YouTube fame me. And I'm a bit fatter. And I only realised when I went back and watched it like 3 years later, and I was like, "What is that? How I was?"
It wasn't one incident that led to this. You were just
it was the first year of uni.
Fat life.
Where apparently everyone puts on weight.
Yeah, because you're
not
used to
home.
your
the
uni
uni pound. Yeah, right.
But thankfully lost it immediately that summer when I went home.
Oh, I think you look great.
Cheers, man. But the first thing I've ever done, I don't know, but me and Ben Potter from Vidiots once went to, a couple of years ago, Zaza Bazaar. And he had like all the rules laid out. He was like, "Oh, I've just spat over there. Sorry." And we went there, and I arrived a bit late, so he was already sat down and stuff. I was there, like, "You all right, Ben?" And he was like, "Yeah, right, okay, so small plates only. Try and leave dessert." He like had all these house rules, and we ate quite a lot. It was good. That's the most recent one I can remember.
I love a buffet.
I haven't been for a while to
Love a
Zaza
buffet.
Bazaar. Let's go soon.
Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah.
Every day in Tunisia, I was a big fat bastard. It was brilliant, yeah, because it was just buffet food
Nice.
and mojitos, yeah.
Fat life. I have also eaten regularly.
That's good.
You
You need to.
go to, the happy shop of blocks of cheese you can get. Doesn't actually count like cheese, but is a quid.
Happy shop of cheese.
I have
That'd be
eaten.
awful.
I have more than once eaten just that, like, nom, like just a block of cheese. Like it's. I'm not sure if that's normal or not.
That's not normal, no.
Okay, great. Just so me mocking the guy for his mac and cheese, just about the mac. Hey, diddlers.
No, I can't. Okay, carry on.
Hello.
I just don't like how that's become a term now that people refer to us as.
Us as the diddlers. It's like,
Yeah,
no.
we're not the diddlers.
No. Just wanted to share a story from last week. Oh, no. Saw the opening line. I saw Jack the Jobber at the supermarket. I told him how cool it was to meet him in person, but I didn't want to be annoying and bother him and ask him for photos or anything. He said, "Oh, like you're doing now?"
What?
It's a shocking
I don't
expose.
remember-
Wait, there's a lot more here. There's a lot more.
This is so Jack.
I was taken aback, and all I could say was, "Huh?" But he kept cutting me off and going, "Huh, and closing his hand shut in front of my face.
This is not true.
I walked away and continued my shopping, and I heard him chuckle as I walked off. When I came to pay for my stuff up front, so I'm trying to walk out the doors with like 15 Milky Ways in his hands without paying.
Well, it's obviously not true then.
You
It's
do eat
obviously
Milky
not-
Ways?
No, I don't. I'm a twirl man, obviously.
Is this why you've not been going to Tesco now?
I'm a twirl guy. I went to Tesco today.
With a mask on.
Yeah.
Fat life. The girl at the till was very nice about it and professional and was like, "Sir, you need to pay for those first."
Well, there's 25 Milky Ways.
At first, he kept pretending to be tired and not hear it.
What? Like, oh, God.
Eventually, he turned back around and brought them to the till. But there's more. When she took one of the bars and started scanning it multiple times, he stopped her and told her to scan Get them each individually.
Why? Why would I do that?
In quotes, to prevent any electrical interference.
All right.
And then turned around and winked at me. I don't even think that's a word. After she scanned each bar and put them in a bag and started to say the price, he kept interrupting her by yawning really loudly. Can you please ask him about this on the podcast, please? Thanks. Still a fan, Johnny.
Cheers, Johnny.
Jack, that's disgraceful.
That's completely fabricated, and I don't know where it's come from.
Was it 14 bars instead?
Yeah. What is that?
Well, I want you to explain yourself.
Yeah,
It's a wonderful comedic story, and I admire his writing.
You think this
skill
is
and
funny,
his
Jack?
imagination. I think it's untrue.
That's theft.
Stealing's not funny.
On a serious note, I'm very approachable and I would never do that. I've only ignored people once and pretend I hadn't heard them, and I'll tell the story now. If we can acknowledge that this isn't true, then I'll tell this new story.
I think that's
I'll
copy
do it.
pasta. I think that's one of those Kevin Spacey things. I think I've read that before.
What's
like
the Kevin
the
Spacey
big long
thing
one
mean?
where it ends in like, and Shawn Michaels and I
Had a wonderful romance,
relationship.
yeah.
But yeah,
The various-
I think it's one of those. But it
No.
does sound like Jack, so who knows?
The only
Funny that photos.
The only time I've ever ignored people, I had headphones on, so it was plausible. It was as if I hadn't genuinely heard them, but I had because I didn't have anything playing. I was on my way back from Durham. I just had a terrible haircut about 2 or 3 years ago. I was really sad about it, really down. I was like,
This happens every 6 months.
I know. I was like, hey,
I've had a bad haircut.
I was like, this is going to take months to grow back in. I'm so annoyed. And then on my way back, didn't feel nice about my hair. I was just sat there in public on the metro, going back. We got back from Durham into Newcastle. I'd been seeing some friends there or something. Got my haircut in Durham. Got back to Newcastle on the metro home, and a really busy metro, hot day. I'm like, oh, so in a bad mood, just about myself and everything. I'm like, oh. And there's these 3 like cheeky sort of tracksuited lads down the carriage of the metro, and I hear the one of them go like, "Is that Jack?" And then go, "Jack, how Jack?" And I just think, I can't do it. I can't right now. I just can't. And these small lads, I just ignored them and got off at my stop. That's the only time I've ever. And lads, if you're watching this right now, if you've not grown out of the content we do, because this was about 3 years ago, I'm terribly.
what fans do.
I'm terribly sorry. I've never done it to anyone since, and I do still regret it. In fact, that's my regret. That's the regret question as well.
Big leaguing some fans.
I didn't big league them. I felt it was more about my own insecurities. I felt crap that day and just miserable, and I just went home. Just didn't talk to these people.
Oh, Jack, you dropped the Milky Way.
So lads, I'm really sorry, and to be honest, I'm ashamed of myself, and I'm glad that I've got that off my chest. Actually, everyone tell me I'm a knob on Twitter, I guess. But they were cheeky though. I could tell the tone of their voice. They were cheeky as well.
You reckon they were going to bully you?
I reckon they were going to be like, "Yeah,
you're 5 years old.
You're not as good as Pacitti," like that sort of thing. Yeah.
Sure.
So yeah, or they'd have been Ross. Or they were definitely Ross fans. Sorry, they were definitely Ross fans.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
But that's yeah.
It's an insult. Well, to all the Ross fans, Cultaholic and Diddlers, thank you very much. Please send on your questions to
Mailbag at cultaholic.com.
I think you said mailbag at Kevin Spacey.
I would say ketamine for some reason. I don't know why ketamine is in my brain.
The big question this week, spurred on by a tweet I made saying I thought one of the highlights of Extreme Rules, given that the rest of it was mostly superfluous to what's happening in the product, was...
Superfluous.
Is that how you say that word?
Superfluous.
Superfluous?
I'm superfluousing.
Thank you, guys. Was the chance by the crowd during the Iron Man main event match...
I used to say hyperbole instead of hyperbole, so
I
happens
said-
to the best of us.
I said one time in class at school, that wasn't very subtle.
Oh, no.
I knew the word, I just never said out loud. Because a silent B.
Yeah.
I did
I
one
hate
the other
English.
day, Eugene, Oregon. I said Eugene Origin in a video. I know it's Oregon. I don't know. It just...
I can spell
Slip
it,
past
can't
me.
say it.
me
Yeah,
and my mate Tom don't know. We realised at the same time that both of us don't know how to say portmanteau or whatever when it's 2 words mashed together.
that's right.
So we both just came up with our own pronunciation of it, which is portmanteau. Shout out Tom, funniest lad I know and my bestie, mate.
Hello, Tom. Never met you. Was the
you
chance at Extreme Rules
He was
main
at my
event...
birthday, and so were you. No, he wasn't at that one. Carry on. The chance at Extreme Rules. Sorry.
Were they disrespectful? Is the question.
Well, for the people who didn't see
it.
it, Iron Man match. Got the timer on the Titantron, counting down from 30, which is apparently is iron, maybe it's lead, I don't know. And every few seconds, every time it's got the minute,
Yeah.
people do the rumble. 3, 2, 1. Stop it, James. And they did this again and again, and around the 20-minute mark, they got rid of the clock. To which people started booing and then started making their own time and started doing it more frequently. And they caught on camera Ziggler telling Seth Rollins, "Oh, it's even worse without the clock."
Yeah.
And people have been very split on this. And I thought it would be worth a quick debate about what this is. Because I'm of the opinion that you've paid your money. A chant is much more different to, say, a beach ball going into play, because you can't really get off your chair and walk around, grab the beach ball and whatever, unless you're in America and you've got a
look
gun.
At the beach ball, don't they? They follow it around the crowd rather than in the ring.
Or, you know, you like Kenny Mack and grab it and people boo you, be like, oh, whatever. Like a chant, my philosophy is, being probably Brit, if someone's chanting something you don't like, chant louder than them to drown it out, right? I mean, everyone's paid the same amount of money, I don't know, depending on who they know backstage. And so that's why I felt about it. And I thought, what were your opinions on this?
I think that if the general vibe of WWE at the minute wasn't that they're not putting much effort into certain feuds and especially on Raw, then that wouldn't have happened. I think they might have done it once or twice and then would have concentrated on the wrestling. So I'm leaning towards your side of it, but I did feel bad for Rollins and Ziggler because it's not their fault, you know?
Oh, yeah, I mean, it wasn't...
I know that you weren't saying that.
No, but to a degree, just being a fan, they did absolutely nothing to combat it. It was almost like the crowd was saying, hey, we're here too. They did not work the crowd. They did not do anything to get the crowd into it.
The way that we hear that WWE's run now, I think they'd have been, not specifically because there's no way anyone could have told that was going to happen, but I think the general vibe backstage would have been, if this sort of thing happens, ignore it and carry on.
Right.
Which I disagree with, because I think some of the best bits of wrestling are when things are off the cuff or improvised.
Of course.
But I think in WWE, it's quite a sort of sterile product. They kind of wouldn't want that. So I don't think they did. I imagine maybe Cesaro got in a bit of trouble for that beach ball thing, which everyone loved and was hilarious. But I think people might have been like, "Why do you do that? Just concentrate on the match." But I don't know.
Yeah. What do you think?
I'm actually in two minds about it. Like, I don't think that was the match to do it in. I think that was a bit of a shame that it had to happen there. To me, like the first few times they did it, enjoyed it. I thought it was funny, but the longer the match went on, the more I felt that, especially during the closing few minutes, it was actually taking away from what was going on in the ring. I don't think it's the most disrespectful thing ever, and I like seeing people have fun as well. And I'm not even going to say that if I wasn't there, I wouldn't be joining in, because it's different when you're there, isn't it? I'm not. I would never bring beach balls in or anything like that, but you get caught up in the moment.
Get your own balls out.
Hey, testicles. And I don't know what that was. But yeah, if I'd been there, you know, I'd have been having fun, and it wasn't tremendously disrespectful. It wasn't the most disrespectful thing, and it was it wasn't them being nasty towards and saying we don't care about this match. Yeah, it was a shame that had to happen during that one. Nobody would be posing this question if that had happened during Reigns Lashley. If that had gone on last, and it was an Iron Man match, people would have gone, that's the funniest thing that's ever happened.
Right.
Ha!
Right?
In your face,
it's because
large men.
It's because it's Rollins primarily in the ring, and people think that he deserves better, and yeah, maybe he does, but you can't pick and choose which matches. Either you're disrespectful to all of the wrestlers, which you shouldn't do, or I don't know, what's right.
Absolutely. If you go, ha-ha, Reigns, ha-ha, stupid idiot. Hey, leave Rollins alone. He's a very nice man.
Yeah.
I've seen the pictures.
Well, I'm glad we cleared that up.
Yeah.
We've answered the question.
Yeah, we haven't given any
debate.
answer.
No, we've done it.
Maybe it's all right, maybe it's not.
We've
Thanks
solved
for watching.
it. No, we've solved it.
There you go.
Has there ever been a chant at a show that you
That's
saw?
really bothered
Because
me.
actually, at Defiant, one of the things that what Culture Pro Wrestling when it first, you all right?
A bit of water, please. No, I'm
Okay.
all right. I can
We'll
hold
be
that
quick,
until
don't
I can
worry.
hold that.
Was popular with the Moose chant.
Moose!
So it's like, I don't know, referee count outside. 1, Moose.
Any show that he was
2,
on for the whole event.
Moose.
Ruined.
Great.
And then
good. Moose just stood at the merge table filming it. He loved it.
Yeah.
And so did I.
And then he stopped getting booked because he works for Impact. People were still going, Moose. People were like, he's not here. He's been here in months.
Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
And this happened actually at Defiant.
This week, Moose chants.
No. Yeah, sorry, Moose chants. Yeah, Moose obviously isn't there. So it's like, 1, Moose. And some people started going, F Moose. And they stopped.
Oh.
What do you mean, oh, he's not there?
There's never really been a chant that has offended me, really. I you know what? I was at a wrestling show once. It wasn't even WWE, and I can't remember who it was. somebody tried to start a Chris Benoit chant, and I thought, that's
Bloody hell.
nothing to do with what's going on. That's just a dick.
Depends. Was this in '97? Because
No.
it was all right back then.
It was just like you're being an edgelord, which is actually code for a dick. You're being a dick there. That's
No,
a man
they're being
who killed his
edgy.
wife
Just
and
don't
son,
get it.
and that's just like, yeah, you're
They're
right.
they've got heel in their Twitter username. You don't get it.
There was a
Crap.
there was one that annoyed me at one of the WCPW shows. In one of the, I can't remember which one it was, in one of the ice arenas, and I was really tired because I'd been out the night before. Whoa. And don't tell my boss, I don't work there anymore. So no, like we got picked up, me and Sam, from our house in the van, and I just slept on the back seat all the time. I was so knackered. And also, I think I took a bump at some point in that match, and one of the fans, like I rode to the outside, one of the fans went, "He's still got the stamp on his hand from the night before." I heard it. But I found just for a lot of the show, because I didn't have to do anything else, I found a little box up at the top of the ice arena and just sat and watched it through the box just quietly on my own. But I was just No, I wasn't doing
I
that.
don't
No.
even see it.
I wasn't having a Tommy tank. And I was just above a level of fans. And there were two lads it all kicked off on Twitter. I won't mention the wrestler involved because I don't know what everyone's opinion on it is, but they basically asked for a picture. He'd gone, it's a $5, and they'd kicked off massively because they didn't really know how it works, I think. Because some wrestlers do charge for selfies, right? And it all kicked off massively. On Twitter, it all kicked off because some wrestlers were saying, we're a brand, this is why we make money. Some were saying, don't call yourself a brand, you're a person. It was really complicated debate and all that sort of stuff. But this was the incident that kicked off, and I was there for it. And then later on, those same fans were directly below me for the whole match, and it was a good match and one of the top viewed matches on the WCW channel still. It was really good. And they spent the whole match going, £5 selfie, where's your selfie? Really good match, all the way through they did it. And I thought, at first when I heard that story, I thought, I kind of see why they were annoyed, especially if they didn't understand that that's what wrestlers sometimes do. And then by the end I thought, I'm glad you didn't get a selfie, pricks. They were so annoying. And they were fans that came up to us as well beforehand. So if you're watching this,
okay.
Sorry lads, but you were dicks at that show though. Yeah.
At the Primer did a very really good job of being the Trent Seven in the Northeast, as you put in a tweet, and being like, Yari, give me a bunch of people you've never seen before, give them a chance, don't be divvies, get off the tippy tappy, off your phones and all this. Oh, so good. So people actually very respectful of the Defiant show, and there was, I'm not getting no spoilers, but there was a very horrible, bloody end to a match that wasn't supposed to be bloody or horrible, and everyone was like, "Ooh, Christ, oof, that was a bit harsh." And Linsky counted 1, 2, and then quite 3. But he decided, "Oh yeah, you messed up, right? Yeah, ring the bell and all this, because you're professional." And a guy behind me saw me and went, "Hey, you effed up!" I'm like, everyone's like dead silent, going, "Oh my god, look at the blood! Oh my god!" And it's just this one drunk going, "Maffew, Bunch!" I'm like, "Shut up, you idiot!" Like, thinking everyone's gonna be joining in, like, ha ha. They're like, you're not on the floor. Like,
you're not. It's like, yeah. Sure, but generally do what you want. Don't be a dick. Copyright program.
Yeah, don't be a dick. Don't ask her for a selfie from Jack.
No.
No, I'm fine.
It's small. I lob Milky Ways
I'm
at
fine
you.
unless I'm buying my Milky Ways. Yeah.
You're Del Rio.
Oh.
Was it him?
Oh.
Damn it.
My Twitter handle is at Adam Pacitti before this continues.
Mine's actually at the Jobber. It actually wasn't Del Rio.
Was it Rey Mysterio?
No. Carry on. I'll tell you after.
I'm Maffew.
Patreon.com/Cultaholic. Mailbag
At
at
cultaholic.com.
cultaholic.com. Starcast.
At cultaholic.com.
And have a great weekend.
Lovely.
Honestly,
Yeah.
just enjoy yourself.
Join
Don't do any nasty chants.
Join us as
Join
well.
us.
Bloody hell.
Do the jazz. Do that. What are we doing?